Today's program is brought to you by pennystockprofessor.com. For all the best OTCBB stock picks, sign up at pennystockprofessor.com.
Thank you for tuning in to another TBC Daily News Update. I'm Brandon Vincent.
And I'm Angelina Soriano. In today's international news, at the Capitol in Haiti, parents of some of the children who 10 U.S. missionaries tried to take out of Haiti after its catastrophic earthquake told a judge last week that they freely handed over the kids. The parents' testimony means no law was broken and they can't talk anymore about trafficking of human beings. 9 of the Americans, most from an Idaho church group, have now been interviewed by the judge, who is to decide whether they will stand trial. The judge did not speak with reporters. The American lawyer said the Americans would be back in court the next day. One of them, Jim Allen of Amarillo, Texas, was represented by a separate lawyer. The Americans were charged with kidnapping and criminal association last week for trying to take 33 children into the neighboring Dominican Republic on January 29th without proper documentation.
In U.S. news, toward the beginning of the autobiography of an execution, David Dow relaxes after a speech with the celebrated death penalty abolitionist, Sister Helen Prejean. Prejean tells Dow, who has represented more than 100 death penalty inmates over 20 years, that support for the death penalty is a mile wide but just an inch deep. Dow responds with, "Well, sister, I believe you can drown in an inch of water." This book is Dow's effort to drain the puddle. Statistics from the Death Penalty Information Center show that the death penalty in America is dying. In 2009, the number of death sentences dropped for the 7th consecutive year. It is now the lowest since the Supreme Court reinstated the death penalty in 1976. 11 states considered abolishing the death penalty last year, citing high cost and lack of measurable benefits. New Mexico just became the 15th state to abolish it. A recent study from Duke University concluded that North Carolina could save almost $11 million annually by doing away with capital punishment. And the prestigious American Law Institute recently abandoned the whole project in light of the current intractable institutional and structural obstacles to ensuring a minimally adequate system for administering capital punishment. Beyond the high cost, lengthy appeals processes, and racial biases that infect the capital punishment system lies a growing public uneasiness that we are sometimes executing the wrong people. According to the Innocence Project, 17 people on death row have been exonerated by DNA evidence. Still, Davis Dow is in Texas, drowning in the death penalty. As he explains, "I understand the death penalty supporters. I used to be one. I can relate to the retributive impulse." But he devotes his life to fighting for his clients, but many of whom he dislikes enormously, and all but 7 of whom he believes to be guilty because he's certain that what Justice Harry Blackmun had called the American machinery of death is broken. Cops fudge the truth. They coerce false testimony, court-appointed lawyers sleep through trials, they miss deadlines, they fail to put on expulsory evidence, juries believe every word uttered by expert witnesses who speak about defendants they have never met. Judges evade responsibility by hiding behind jury verdicts, and appeals courts hide behind the trial courts. And by the time Dow comes into a case, the law will sometimes not permit him to help his client. What Dow exposes in this dark, raw memoir is not just a dispassionate machinery of death that cannot be slowed, reversed, or medicated by truth, logic, or fact. He also exposes the inner life of a man who, in the face of all of that, cannot give up the fight.
In today's health news, can being bored be bad for your health? In a commentary to be published in the International Journal of Epidemiology in April, experts say there's a possibility that the more bored you are, the more likely you are to die early. Annie Britton and Martin Shipley of University College London cautioned that boredom alone isn't likely to kill you, but it could be a symptom of other risky behavior like drinking, smoking, taking drugs, or having a psychological problem. The researchers analyzed questionnaires completed between 1985 and 1988 by more than 7,500 London civil servants ages 35 to 55. The civil servants were asked if they had felt bored at work during the previous month. Britton and Shipley then tracked down how many of the participants had died by April 2009. Those who reported they had been very bored were 2.5 times more likely to die of a heart problem than those who hadn't reported being bored. But when the authors made a statistical adjustment for other potential risk factors like physical activity levels and employment grade, the effect was reduced. Experts said while the research was preliminary, the link between boredom and increased heart problems was possible, if not direct.
Have you been denied a credit card, car loan, mortgage, apartment rental, or even a cell phone? Your credit score is probably under 720. Change your score and change your financial future with Philip Tyrone's 7 Steps to a 720 Credit Score. We'll show you how to raise your credit score for free. In just weeks, this simple system can get you approved and save you money.
That knocked our interest rates down from 11% to 7%.
I ended up saving $2,500 a month.
The first 100 callers will get Philip Tyrone's groundbreaking book for free. Just pay processing. That's a $30 value, free. And if you call within the next 15 minutes, you'll get a free ticket to a phone-in seminar with Philip Tyrone himself. This exciting personal teleseminar will show you how to instantly improve your credit score and save money every month. Don't let a foreclosure, bankruptcy, missed payments, or short sale get in the way of your financial future.
Don't wait. To order, call 1-800-862-7840. That's 1-800-862-7840. Call now.
In today's fashion news, Kristen Chenoweth, Kim Kardashian, Jordan Sparks, and many more walked the runway in red dresses created by America's top designers at the Heart Truth's Red Dress Fashion Show in New York on Thursday night. Other celebs who lit up the catwalk at the event included Heidi Klum, Felicity Huffman, Joan Collins, Kimora Lee Simmons, Raven Simone, Robin Roberts, and Valerie Harper. The Heart Truth is a national awareness campaign for women's heart disease sponsored by the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute. The red dress was introduced by the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute in 2002 and is the national symbol for women and heart disease awareness. For the second consecutive year, through a partnership with Clothes Off Our Back, a selection of designer dresses worn by celebs in the fashion show will be auctioned at www.clotheoffourback.org. Proceeds will benefit the Foundation for the National Institutes related to women's heart health awareness and research.
In today's green news, Toronto cyclist Hamish Greenland developed the bar bra after a very cold winter ride. Mr. Greenland said, "I found myself taking one of my hands off the bar and putting it between my backpack and my back in order to keep it warm. Some people wear big thick ski mittens in the winter, but it can be too hard to shift gears. The bar bra deflects enough wind that the rider can wear thin gloves and comfortably manipulate the gears and brakes. It keeps your hands warm and dry, increases your visibility, and protects brake levers and gear changers from salty slush. It slips easily over the handlebars and fastens with Velcro straps, and with its reflective stripes increasing your visibility. The bar bra is only $29 and you can find it at barbra.ca.
Thank you for tuning in to another TBC Daily News Update. I'm Brandon Vincent.
And I'm Angelina Soriano.